You're packing for your flight. Shoes? Check. Passport? Check. Medications? Packed tight. Think getting through security at 70 is just like when you were 40? Think again. In 2025, TSA rules are stricter than ever, and the mistakes seniors make while packing can mean delays, confiscated items, or even fines. Agents are flagging powders, electronics, liquids, and even medical gear. After speaking with TSA insiders, travel agents, and frequent senior flyers, we uncovered 15 of the most common packing mistakes seniors make. Some of these may shock you, and trust me, number 3 catches even seasoned travelers. Let's jump in. 1. Packing full-sized liquids. It seems harmless, packing your favorite lotion, large shampoo, or a big bottle of cough syrup. But in 2025, TSA still enforces the 3.4 Oz liquid rule, and seniors get flagged more often because they assume medical or personal care exemptions cover everything. They don't. The rule exists because liquids can disguise explosive compounds. Even prescription liquids require declaration. A retiree in Miami had her $40 moisturizer tossed because it wasn't under the limit and had no prescription label. The fix? Only pack travel-sized bottles under 3.4 Oz in your carry-on. If you need more, keep larger containers in checked luggage. For prescriptions, separate and declare them. Don't assume TSA will make exceptions, but if you think liquids are tricky, wait until you hear about powders. Forgetting to remove prohibited items from bags. Many seniors forget old habits when packing, tossing in items they've carried for years without realizing the rules have changed. In 2025, TSA still bans lighters, matches, flammable sprays, and certain grooming products. Seniors often get flagged because they pack things like aerosol hairspray, sewing kits with needles, or even pocket multi-tools. Why? These items pose fire or weapon risks in the cabin. TSA agents scan aggressively for them, and when found, they can lead to confiscation, or worse, secondary screening. One retiree in Atlanta had her entire bag unpacked after officers spotted a forgotten butane lighter in her cosmetics kit. Another senior nearly missed a flight when TSA discovered a multi-tool hidden in his carry-on side pocket. The fix? Do a final sweep of your bags before leaving home. Empty pockets, toiletry pouches, and side zippers to make sure nothing restricted slips in unnoticed. Seniors who check thoroughly save themselves stress at the checkpoint. And if you think lighters cause issues, wait until you hear what happens with powders. 3. Overpacking powders. It looks harmless. Protein shake mix, powdered greens, or even baby formula. But in 2025, TSA requires any powder over 12 Oz to be screened separately. Seniors often pack large tubs, thinking they're safe. Wrong. Why? Powders mimic explosives on scanners. Extra screening delays lines, and unlabeled powders risk confiscation. A traveler in Denver said her matcha tea powder caused a 30-minute delay while TSA tested it. Another lost an expensive supplement because it was in a plain Ziploc bag. The solution? Pack powders in sealed, labeled containers under 12 Oz. Declare them and keep them separate in your carry-on. Want to save time? Pack larger containers in checked luggage. But if powders are a hassle, wait until you see what happens with tech chargers. 4. Forgetting TSA battery rules. Packing spare batteries seems like common sense, especially for seniors traveling with hearing aids, tablets, or mobility gear. But in 2025, lithium battery rules are strict. Many seniors make the mistake of packing them in checked luggage. TSA will pull your bag, and you could miss your flight. Why? Lithium batteries can overheat and catch fire in cargo holds. FAA rules require them in carry-ons only. Power banks over 100 watt-hours are banned altogether unless cleared in advance. One retiree had her checked suitcase opened because it contained a spare CPAP battery, delaying her flight by 45 minutes. The fix? Keep spare batteries and power banks in your carry-on. Check the watt-hour rating printed on the label, and always pack them separately in a case to avoid short circuits. But if you think batteries are complicated, wait until you hear about sharp items seniors still try to carry. 5. Packing scissors and sharp tools. It happens all the time. Seniors pack scissors for crafts, pocket knives just in case, or nail clippers with sharp tips. In 2025, TSA agents are still confiscating thousands of these items daily. Seniors often assume small scissors are fine, but the rules are specific. Blades longer than 4 inches are banned. Why? Sharp tools can be used as weapons. TSA has zero tolerance, and even harmless-looking tools can trigger bag checks. One senior traveler had her embroidery scissors confiscated in Atlanta, even though she'd flown with them years earlier. The fix? Leave sharp objects at home or pack them in checked luggage. For personal grooming, bring TSA-approved travel scissors or nail files. But if scissors seem obvious, the next mistake is far sneakier: packing banned foods. 6. Packing fresh foods the wrong way. Many seniors like to bring snacks, fruit, sandwiches, or home-cooked meals. But in 2025, TSA rules around food are stricter than ever. Anything liquid-like soups, stews, yogurt, dips falls under the 3.4 Oz rule, while fresh fruits and meats can get flagged at customs on international flights. Why? Foods can hide liquids or agricultural risks. TSA agents are trained to pull aside suspicious items. Even something as simple as an apple pie if it looks soft or gel-like on scanners. One retiree flying to Toronto lost a bag of homemade jam at security. Another had to throw away oranges in Australia because fresh produce was banned outright. The solution? Stick to solid, dry snacks like nuts, crackers, or sealed protein bars. For international travel, avoid raw produce unless you're sure it's allowed. Always declare food if crossing borders. If food rules feel confusing, wait until you hear what happens with medications. 7. Tossing medications loose in bags. Many seniors try to save space by packing pills in organizers or baggies. It feels practical, but in 2025, it causes major problems. TSA allows medications, but without labels, they can delay or confiscate them. Why? Agents must verify that pills are legal prescriptions, and unlabeled bags raise suspicion. Internationally, countries like Japan and Singapore demand original pharmacy packaging with clear instructions. A traveler in Miami said her blood pressure pills in a pill box were pulled aside, forcing her to show digital prescriptions. Another senior lost expensive medications at customs because she left bottles at home. The fix? Always keep at least one labeled prescription bottle for each medication. Carry a doctor's note when flying internationally. Use pill organizers for convenience, but pack proof for TSA. If unlabeled meds are stressful, wait until you see what happens with tech and electronics. 8. Packing shoes incorrectly. Shoes might not seem like a security risk, but in 2025, seniors often slow themselves down by packing footwear the wrong way. Heavy shoes stuffed in carry-ons trigger secondary checks, while bulky orthopedic shoes with hidden metal parts confuse scanners. Even worse, some travelers forget TSA may still ask for shoes to be removed unless they're in pre-check, creating delays and stress at checkpoints. Why? Shoes can conceal prohibited items, and dense soles appear suspicious on X-rays. TSA officers are trained to flag them for manual inspection. Shoes also take up valuable space in overstuffed bags, making it harder for agents to get a clear scan. A retiree in Dallas had her bag pulled aside because 2 pairs of sneakers packed heel to toe looked like a dense block on the scanner. Another senior reported being forced to unpack her entire carry-on after TSA couldn't identify orthopedic inserts inside her shoes. The fix? Wear slip-on shoes on travel days and pack extra pairs in checked luggage. If you must carry shoes, place them in clear travel bags with soles facing outward for easy inspection. If shoes can complicate security, the next mistake, forgetting to separate toiletries, creates even bigger headaches. 9. Leaving wrapped gifts in carry-ons. It's a common mistake, packing beautifully wrapped gifts for grandkids or friends. Seniors want to surprise loved ones, but in 2025, TSA agents flag wrapped packages constantly. If the scanner can't see what's inside, officers are required to open them. Why? Security staff can't risk missing hidden prohibited items. Wrapped boxes, tins, or even gift bags block the scanner's view. That means your carefully prepared gift could be unwrapped in front of strangers. A traveler in Chicago said she packed hand-wrapped chocolates, only to watch agents tear the paper open at the checkpoint. Another senior carried small wrapped books and ended up repacking everything after TSA inspected them. The fix? Travel with unwrapped gifts. Pack them in gift bags you can assemble later, or carry flat-fold wrapping paper and wrap them at your destination. Many airports even have gift wrap stations post-security. This small change saves embarrassment and hassle. And if unwrapped gifts are inconvenient, the next mistake, forgetting items in your pockets, is even more frustrating. 10. Forgetting items in pockets. It happens constantly. Seniors step into the scanner with keys, tissues, coins, or even medications in their pockets. In 2025, advanced body scanners flag even the smallest items. This triggers pat-downs, delays, and sometimes confiscation. Why? TSA scanners must detect every object to rule out concealed threats. Loose items also jam machines or fall into bins, slowing everyone down. One senior in Denver triggered multiple alarms because she left tissues and coins in her sweater. She was pulled aside for 15 minutes of screening. Another almost lost her nitroglycerin pills because they were mistaken for unidentified tablets. The fix? Empty all pockets into a tray before screening. Keep essentials like medications in a small pouch, not in your clothes. Use a travel vest with zip compartments to stay organized. If pocket clutter causes delays, the next mistake is even worse: wearing the wrong clothes entirely. 11. Wearing metal-heavy clothing. It seems harmless. Packing your favorite belt, jewelry, or shoes with metal shanks. But in 2025, TSA scanners are hypersensitive. Seniors often trigger alarms because they forget how much metal is in their clothing. Why? Body scanners detect hidden objects, and metal buckles, underwire bras, or orthopedic shoes can look suspicious. Each trigger means a pat-down, which can be stressful and embarrassing. One retiree in Chicago had to remove layers of clothing because her orthopedic belt buckle kept alarming scanners. Another traveler had her bra underwire flagged, delaying her for 20 minutes. The fix? Wear simple, metal-free clothing on travel days. Use cloth belts, slip-on shoes, and minimal jewelry. Keep medical braces or implants documented with a doctor's card. If clothing can cause so much trouble, wait until you hear what happens with cash and valuables. 12. Carrying excess cash unprotected. Many seniors prefer cash for safety, but bringing large sums through airport security is risky. TSA doesn't limit cash, but in 2025, carrying big amounts can draw suspicion and even seizure under certain regulations. Why? Large cash stashes raise concerns about smuggling or undeclared funds. Internationally, carrying more than $10,000 without declaring can mean confiscation. One senior traveling to Europe had $8,000 seized in Atlanta because TSA agents flagged it as suspicious. Though eventually returned, it ruined her trip. The fix? Use credit cards or prepaid travel cards. If carrying cash, split it into smaller amounts in secure pouches and always declare when required. And if cash is risky, the next mistake is even sneakier: forgetting documents. 13. Packing travel documents too deep. Your passport, boarding pass, or medical documentation gets buried under layers of clothes. At TSA, fumbling slows everything down and stresses seniors. In 2025, with new ID requirements like Real ID, documents must be ready immediately. Why? Security lines move fast, and agents are instructed not to wait. Holding up the line frustrates staff and passengers. One retiree in Miami almost missed her flight because she buried her passport under her toiletry bag and had to repack everything at the checkpoint. The fix? Keep documents in a neck pouch or easy access folder. Carry printed copies of medical letters for prescriptions. Being organized prevents panic and makes you look confident. If documents are stressful, the next mistake is even worse: overpacking carry-ons. 14. Overpacking carry-ons. Seniors often try to fit just one more thing into carry-ons. In 2025, this backfires at security. Overstuffed bags jam X-ray scanners, forcing agents to unpack everything piece by piece. Why? TSA scanners can't penetrate cluttered bags. When items overlap, staff can't tell if it's safe. This leads to full bag checks. A traveler in Denver said her bag was pulled aside and completely unpacked because it was stuffed with books, snacks, and clothes. It took 25 minutes to repack. The fix? Pack light. Use packing cubes and leave space so agents can see contents clearly. Keep essentials at the top for easy removal. And if overstuffed bags are bad, the final mistake is one seniors often overlook: ignoring TSA PreCheck or Clear. 15. Skipping TSA PreCheck or Clear. The final mistake? Ignoring programs that make security faster and less stressful. Many seniors think PreCheck or Clear is too complicated or not worth the fee. In 2025, skipping them often means long lines, repeated pat-downs, and the fatigue that comes with standing for 30-40 minutes. Why? PreCheck lets travelers keep shoes and light jackets on, walk through a simpler scanner, and move through dedicated lanes. Clear uses biometrics to speed past ID checks. For seniors with mobility issues or joint pain, these programs aren't just about convenience, they're about conserving energy. One retiree in Phoenix said PreCheck cut her wait from 50 minutes to under 10, saving her from severe back pain. Another in New York said Clear was the reason she made her connection after a delay. The fix? If you fly more than twice a year, enroll in one of these programs. Many credit cards cover the fee, and the time and energy saved make the process far less stressful. Bonus tip: forgetting to check country-specific rules. One of the most overlooked mistakes seniors make in 2025 isn't at TSA, it's before leaving home. Every country has its own rules for what can and can't be brought through customs. But seniors often assume US standards apply everywhere. They don't. Why? Some medications that are legal in the US are banned abroad. Food items like jerky, fresh fruit, or seeds may be confiscated. Even electronics like drones and walkie-talkies face restrictions. Ignoring these rules can mean confiscation, fines, or even being denied entry. A retiree flying to Japan said her over-the-counter allergy pills were seized because they contained pseudoephedrine, which is restricted. Another senior traveling to Australia was fined for failing to declare herbal supplements. The fix? Always check your destination's official customs website before packing. Print out a list of restricted items and review it. If in doubt, declare. Being proactive can save you stress, money, and embarrassment at arrival. Airport security doesn't have to be overwhelming. Which of these packing mistakes have you seen or made yourself? Did TSA ever confiscate something you thought was harmless? Share your story in the comments and let's help each other travel smarter. Safe journeys, and remember, preparation is the best travel companion.